All right, guys, it's Tom. It's a Saturday night special. I am broadcasting a Battle Royale playoff game between the one and only and Jason Owens. One person. So it's a little different, but similar, I suppose. This is the 19. This is 19. No, 1985 is coming in summer sprint to a theater near you. The 2015 card set, which is what we're still using until Strat comes out with 2016, which should be around Labor Day. If you are listening to this, you're probably a Strat Football fan. And Dennis should know that I can't really type in dictating. So do what you want, Dennis. I'm broadcasting. So I should set things up here. As I always ask the guys to wait about 90 seconds after I join. Battle Royale is a single-season draft league. I have played it in the past. It's Dennis's league, sort of his baby, if you will. In the winter to early spring, they have a unique type of draft, or, well, a different type of draft, I suppose. With each of your draft picks, you select a unit from an NFL team. So, for example, you could take the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, or the Seattle Seahawks secondary, or the New England Patriots quarterback group, which would give you Tom Brady, of course. That's how the draft proceeds. So after 11 rounds, everyone has their team. And then we play a season, anywhere from 14 to 16 games usually. It's actually a money league. A little bit of money, nothing to write home about, but, well, depends how often you like writing home. But we've got Dennis's team and good on defense. They play a 4-3 defense, while Jason's team is poor against the run, average against the pass, but I believe he has Russell Wilson at quarterback and the Kansas City running back group, which includes both Jamal Charles and Spencer Ware, who have excellent cards. Now, Dennis got the ball first here. First and 10 from his own 20 following a touchback. Short pass to David Johnson is incomplete. This league plays with the old-fashioned rule set. If you go back to the 80s, you know what I mean. There's no dump-off. There's no wide side linebacker sticks. You have to earn it more. We've spoken about that at length, but this is to make the Super Bowl. Short pass, Brandon Cooks, 3 blitzes from Red Devils, which is Jason's team, but interception split of 2-4, 11, and 12, or complete. He only had 3 men in the zone. He's only average against the pass. So that's complete for Brandon Cooks. Dennis also runs a summer version of Battle Royale that does a retro season. I played in a couple of those. I haven't played in the modern season in a couple of years, I don't think, but I will be doing this summer, 1985, which would be a lot of fun. And the rule set plays better, I think, for the older seasons. And we're left to David Johnson. Jason's got a man there, but I guess his pass. Guess wrong is a 2-yard gain. Johnson does have a higher fumble number. 0.8 on a guess wrong there, with one linebacker in zone. Not too bad, I suppose. So you can see Dennis has got the Kansas City quarterbacks with Alex Smith. He's got the Arizona running backs with Andre Ellington and David Johnson. This was Johnson's rookie card. We're still on the 2015 set. Well, best Tyler Eifert. Defense run key elsewhere. Eifert's covered by 0. Intercepted 2-4. Incomplete. That's incomplete. It's poor against the run, but I don't know if you want to give up too many chances with no men in zone when your guy's a 0. Eifert is pretty decent. Alex Smith, not known for his deep passing accuracy. So that's the chance that Jason was taking. The rule set has many chances on defense. And I've actually cottoned up to the idea. I know it sounds crazy probably, as Jason takes a phone call. I don't have a lot of time to call this game, which is not Dennis's fault. I told Dennis, but someone needs to tell Jason. Joe Golden, Jersey Joe, watching the game. Let me mute this for 1 second and tell Dennis he can send out the link if he wants. So there we have the broadcast already being interrupted. But it's a Dennis. But we had a long pass attempt from Alex Smith that was incomplete. And 49-yard punt, 5-yard return. Very nice, Dennis. I like the punter. I haven't looked at these teams this year. I didn't play this season. But a nice, solid punter with good opponent returns, 1, 4, and 5, and even no block on the 12. So kudos to Dennis. Now here you see the Loganville Red Devils, I think they're called, run, but popped his free safety over, I believe, to protect that linebacker for Dennis's entire linebacking crew is fours. Yet he fields a good defense. Flat pass right, Jamal Charles complete for 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8. A lot of offensive firepower, it looks like, on this Loganville team. He's got Rob Gronkowski at tight end, and he's got the jet receivers, Randy Marshall and Eric Decker, along with Jarvis Landry, as he chose the Miami Special Teams unit. Blocking is very strong. See the Cleveland offensive line. Short pass to Jarvis Landry. Defense blitzing, and they come after him and get the sack. Aaron Donald. So Dennis got the Rams defensive line against Alex Mack. Joe Golden pointing out Russell Wilson versus Seattle. Not something you see all the time as Dennis tends to Wilson in every single. There's a 44-yard punt down inside the 39. Patrick Peterson, not a great returning card, but obviously a great cornerback, and he calls a fair catch. So the return advantage in the punting game should belong to Loganville a little bit, despite Dennis's superior opponent PR. But he'll take that 6 for Patrick Peterson. And I think we're hung up. I just heard a funny double click that is often indicative of angle, but we're not. Short pass Tyler Eifert. Another run key. Receiver gets wrong, plus 13. Loganville put 4 men in short pass that time. And Dennis is across midfield. After the big sack helps with the field position, those yards count. Dennis goes 3 wide, but Jason stays 3-4. With a 4 covering Brandon Coleman, who's not particularly dangerous. And we got a short pass to David Johnson. He's being uncovered. 3 men in zone. Receiver gets right, incomplete. Johnson, one of the best receiving backs in the NFL, probably the best. And he has 19.26 on the short pass column, which is about as good as you're going to get as a running back and pretty much better than everyone else. You get 16.22, you're pretty happy there. Spectator join, 2nd and 10. Off tackle left, David Johnson, defensive end 0 plus 6. Ziggy answers a 5 in the 2015 set, was injured in 2016. So he may be down to a 4. Only played a handful of games if he even gets rated. 3rd and 10. Then it goes 3 wide to pistol. This is a defensive rules set. So you might see a low-scoring game. I say that. Next thing you know, there'll be fireworks. Long pass, Brandon Coleman. Defense double teaming elsewhere. He's covered by 0. Must run. 11-yard pickup for Alex Smith. Dennis knows he's from using Russell Wilson. You have a good running quarterback. You want to get a short and long pass right. Make sure you don't get double teamed. Keep those must runs in play. Now, Smith underrated as a running quarterback. 5 best left to. I feel a need for Snead. Dennis knows one of my favorite players. The Seattle Hurricane on the superior seed. I believe 11 and 5 in the regular season. 9 and 7, but upset to Ramblers Club, who won a champion of Battle Royale / Summer Sprint. And I'm missing some plays here, which means it's time to turn off animation for a moment until I get resynced. We have 3rd and 2 midway through the first quarter. Seattle at the Loganville 29. I'm hoping Dennis has a good kicker. He's done a better job focusing on special teams. Short pass Brandon Cooks, covered by a 4, a 5 it looks like. Only 3 men in zone on the 3rd and 2. Receiver gets right, plus 12. Sometimes guys will throw a short pass on that 3rd and 2 or 3 because they know you're going to flood the flats, and you might call run. Only 3 men there. Wouldn't have mattered. Red zone alert, Joe Golden tells us. And it's a 1-yard gain for David Johnson. So 2nd down and 9 for Seattle. They're at the Loganville 16, 3 wide, 1 halfback. Dennis plays aggressively for the touchdown. That's a nose tackle 0 and a right and left and 4 on a poor run defense. Dennis wants to run it again. Linebacker David Johnson, center plus 12 or plus 4. Jonathan Harrison is a 0. Looks like Dennis has the Indianapolis Colts offensive line. Not an offensive line that's normally typically good. Not awful in Strat this year. Third down and 5 for Seattle, Loganville 12. Dennis wants touchdowns. Looking to throw short here. No, linebacker David Johnson gets the white die 1. So it's Guest Wright and Johnson coaches no gain, and Dennis has to settle for the field goal attempt, which by Matt Prater is up and good. Now, is this the good Matt Prater or the bad Matt Prater? They might have had 17 teams. I don't know how many teams they had here. The kick goes 2 yards into the end zone, and Jason Owens takes it out, which tells you that he deserves to lose this game because he's not scouted properly and doesn't know that basically, unless he rolls a 2, an 8, or 11, he's not getting to the 20. And even then, he's getting what? To the 21 on an 8, to the 23 on an 11, or to the zone 41 on a 2. So I look forward to more kickoffs punishing him inside of his own 20. Russell Wilson on a linebacker on 1st and 10, question mark. But he gets an offensive center reading +10 and +2, and that's a first down. He goes full house backfield, which is crazy. Scott Chandler, the fullback, and Gronk can go deep, so maybe not that crazy. Short pass to Gronk gets wrong, +12 with a first down. Loganville up to their own 36. So he's already got a good run blocking line with 2 6s on it. He's a little greedy for it, but he can throw to Charles or Gronk or Scott Chandler. Short pass, Brandon Marshall, Foreman, picked off on the proper double team. Dennis has the good pass defense. 7 is an interception split. It's not on the average. If you're going to play in these Battle Royale leagues, if you can, especially modern league, to run more, but modern seasons, you want that good pass defense if you can get it, because the passing game is pretty effective. Long pass, Tyler Eifert. There's one man there, 10 incomplete, guess right. Dennis loves to be aggressive, loves to get the touch. A big turnover from the double team of Brandon Marshall from the full house. It's got David Johnson, Alex Smith, interesting offense. The passing game is the key for him. Smith, which he has done well with Russell Wilson over the years. Short pass, Tyler Eifert. 12 on the defense. It's a long game touchdown. 3 men in zone. Dennis goes up 10-0. He wants to secure a spot going for 2, which I'm dead set against right here. Well, he is playing against a team that's poor against the run, but the game's going your way. Don't be greedy. Let's see. It's 9-0. Dennis wants to make it 11. Doesn't have great running back card. Linebacker rookie David Johnson needs it on the defense. He gets it. Offensive right guard +6 or +2. Hugh Thornton bumped up to a 5 on a 4. Would have made the play anyway. Shuriken up 11-0 with it. A touchdown and aggressive 2-point conversion following the double team interception. And Dennis seems to make these Battle Royale Super Bowls with frequency. Am I right, Jamal Charles? Guess right. Gets 6 yards on a 10. Most guys can't do that for you. It's 2nd and 4. 2:06 to go in the first quarter. Loganville at their own 26. They would like to get a good drive and get some points on the board and run left. Dennis not conceding anything. Guess is run again. And it's a 3-yard pickup. Makes it 3rd and 1. Loganville goes full house. Dennis is 5'6", 5'5" on the line. 6'6" corners, a 5 free safety, a 4 strong safety, covering the ever-dangerous Rob Gronkowski. Linebacker Russell Wilson, short yardage right guard 5-1. That's a 5-yard gain behind John Greco. The weak link bumped up to a 5, would have been a first down and a 1-yard gain anyway. They're playing fast and furious. We got a middle left, long pass to Gronk. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Long pass, no man with a 4 covering Gronk. Receiver was incomplete after the dump-off attempt, it looks like. Incomplete. Gronk's got 12-18 on the bomb, which is awesome for a tight end. Short pass to Gronk, be double teamed. Dennis did not like the way Gronk was free downfield on the previous play. And the double team forces an incompletion. It may have been incomplete otherwise. I don't want to do too much clicking here and miss game action. These guys are calling the plays aggressively. Jason probably just came home from work. They're both on the West Coast, I believe. Of course, Dennis is. 3rd and 10. 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Loganville down 11-0. They could use this conversion. Dennis blitzing. Brings the house. Does not get the sack, but puts 4 men in the zone. Incomplete. As Jason was looking for the short pass completion. Red Nortman comes on. Hey, Norton. 54-yard punt down inside the 20. Patrick Peterson signals for a second fair catch. As we move into the second quarter, it's 11-0 Seattle. 1st and 10, they're on 12. Everyone right, Chris D. Johnson, offensive onside end +9 and +4. Tyler Eifert is a 5. He's a 4, but he makes the play a 4 and a 4. 9-yard gain. You forgot about Chris Johnson's card in this Arizona backfield. That's how long ago that NFL season was, I suppose. 2nd down and 1 as we desync, so it's time for me to resync. Off tackle left 8 +13. There you see. And to the Loganville Devils, Sun Devils, Red Devils. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they are the Loganville Red Devils, who won the opening playoff, their opening playoff game 18-13, after being handpicked by Rick Byron. We'll talk more about that, probably not tonight. First and 10 for Seattle at their own 34. This game is being played at a very brisk pace. Short pass, Brandon Cooks. Defense, run King Johnson. Receiver, not receiver. 3 men, 3 incomplete. Everything else gave you a chance, especially on a white die 6. And Dennis drew the short straw in more ways than one. Cooks maxed out. Second down and 10 for Seattle at their own 34. 13 minutes before the half, they lead 11-0. Alex Smith even gets his pass. He's got a great caught. Snake Eyes, a big 29-yard run. Smith across midfield easily all the way down to the Loganville 37. Seattle threatening yet again. And does anyone use the Emerald quarterback more effectively than Dennis Crowley? I wanted to find out Dennis's middle name. Incomplete to Brandon Cooks. Maybe it's Patrick. He's Irish. Dennis P. Crowley. Second down and 10 for Seattle. They're at the Loganville 37. Prater, who I know has got a strong leg for distance. I don't want to miss a play here, but I do want to click. Got Andre Ellington in the game now. He's got a good running guard. Defense goes 3-4. Nice linebackers against the pass. Looking past the top of Croft, the backup is incomplete. Quick look here at Prater. I think is a little weak this year. No, last year was a weak year. This year, 2-6, 11-12. 33-42, otherwise solid. So Dennis can try it here, but ideally you want to get at least 5 yards. Much more makeable field goal to make 14-0. And he does it off tackle. Jordan Ellington, defensive tackle +2 or +6, gains of 6 yards against a 0. Could have been worse for the defense. 4th and 4 is a 2-9 and 12, I believe. Field goal chance, it's 2-10. Excellent call this year. Last year he was terrible. The year before, rather. It's 14-0. He goes to kick 3 yards deep. You could probably take that one out. You get 2 box scores, only 19 yards, but only 3 yards deep. It was the right move, but not 9 or 8 yards deep. And that was what he did the last time. It's over his own territory. Long pass, Rob Gronkowski. The first play, defense double teaming elsewhere, leaving Bronco wide open. Coverage against Jaleel Adai, and live and let it die. That time you die with a 38-yard completion from Russell Wilson to Gronk. Then it's 14-0. How about not leaving Gronk running around? There's no dump off. You don't have to double team as aggressively. You got corner 6s, Dennis. Pick off from Brandon Marsh on the last double team. What are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about 1st and 10 right now for the Loganville Red Devils. Territory. It's a 6-yard screen from Wilson to Decker, setting up a 2nd and 4. I have to check to make sure that they name the team right. Fly pass Decker again, 7 yards, first down Loganville, now with the Seattle 33. You have to feel like Loganville, look, of course you want the touchdown, but do they maybe need the touchdown here? It's early 2nd quarter. But if they get a touchdown here, 14-7, bang, it's a brand new ball game. Looking past Jamal Charles, no one there, 6 guess right, 5 yards. Russell Wilson showing his flat pass acumen. As Jason opened up the defense with the bomb and then is going with the quick hitting passes. 2nd and 5 for Loganville, 8:24 to go before the half. They're at the Seattle 28. They get the kick to start the 3rd quarter. That might make a field goal a little more acceptable. Charles, 2 catches for 7 yards. 4 wide, 1 halfback. Dennis shows blitz. He likes to bring the house. I think Joe Thomas is the only good blocker there. Off tackle left, Spencer Ware, if you dare. Short gain, 16 yards at first down. That's a Stratomatic short gain. If you're listening at home, it's not the same as a short gain of 1 or 2 yards. Short pass Gronkowski, receiver gets right, +14. Touchdown Red Devils. Teaming quick with those pass calls, and Jason's going to him. Your completion that drive and a 12-yard receiver right touchdown. That might have been a touchdown anyway. Ka-chow. It's a 14-7 game. Joe Golden providing sound effects. Jersey Joe's team is in the playoffs. He's going to try to make the finals. Maybe I'll have to call that one. Although I have my own games to play, but finals or better. And Joe's made 3 straight Super Bowls, I think, in these leagues. Hasn't won one yet. So fly pass right to Ryan Hewitt. A linebacker in zone +1 or +6. Is there an actress named Hewitt? Is it Sarah Hewitt? Michelle Gellars? I don't know. 2nd and 9, 14-7. I have to feel a little upset. They were dominating the game, and now they're only about a touchdown. Following 1 good drive. Short pass, Willie Snead. Defense run keys, guess wrong. +14, and Alex Smith scored on the 5. He's 17 units of short pass run complete, not that great even by modern standards. But of course, the receiver rating gives you another 4 or so. 1st and 10 for the Shuriken, which I don't know what that might be, a Chinese throwing star, or in this case, Japanese. I think that's correct. Linebook David Johnson, guess wrong. 8 is a 6-yard gain. He got a pretty solid, pretty decent guess wrong card. Not great, but not bad. 2nd and 4 for Seattle, their own 41. See what DJ's card looks like next year. Only a 4.2 rushing average. Not a great passing attack. We'll see. 2nd and 4, tackle left for Chris Johnson. Defense guesses pass. They've got him in there. You can see that Jason is a little put off to the idea of calling run. Throwing. And Dennis is now running a lot. Dennis is very good at staying with the run. Mixes it up. Really is offensive play tough. Flat pass left, David Johnson. Nobody there. Short gain. 11 yards. That was a wide die 5. I don't think they play the wide die 6 in this league anyway. There was no men there. So that gives it the big flat passes, touchdown, gives it the bomb. He's got Jason guessing wrong. This sure thing. And you got a kick 8 yards deep in the end zone, which needs to be downed. Perhaps fans said it's completely gone now. I need to get that checked out. I just hadn't had a chance to get around to it. Looks like the broadcast is going. It says live, not like the South Summit season show where I was out of it. I'm going to exit and rejoin and see what happens. So Seattle had the ball about the 35. 2nd and 3. They got a running key. They lost a yard or 2, setting up 3rd and 4 or 5. They probably didn't make it, it looks like, and then they kicked a field goal. I'm going to try and rejoin. I suspect they moved down without me. And they have. And we've got Loganville up to their own 41 now, 1st and 10, with only 1:22 to go in the half. There's only about 3 minutes left when I DC'd. So defense showing blitz, nickel 3-3-5, offense 4 wide, 1 halfback, flat pass left, incomplete guess right. Looks like Dennis did not bring the house that time. Russell Wilson 8 of 14, 96 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Very interesting to see what his card looks like next year. I think you're going to be disappointed with the guess right short and long pass if you're a Russell Wilson owner, because the must run is not going to be that good. And the completions will be nerfed because he got too many must runs on his card. That must run like he usually has. He was banged up. And left, Jamal Charles. Boxcar is 12 plus 21. Midfield. 107 to go in the half. They're at the Seattle 38. They get the ball to start. A field goal here makes it 17-10, and they're getting the ball. Touchdown, of course, makes it even more dangerous. Yellow Shuriken. 2 timeouts left for the Red Devils. They go 4 wide, 1 halfback. Good time to run it with Ware. He's good guess right. I'm expecting Ware. 1 linebacker there. Defensive left tackle, 0 plus 13. He gets a 6 on Aaron Donald. Nerfed down to a 5 in the nickel. Nathan can hear me, but he can't see the game in my broadcast. Well, that's bad for me, Nathan. Thank you for pointing it out. I must have got disconnected or something. Trying to share the whole screen. I don't know what happened there. Nathan, now tell me if it's on if you can. But meanwhile, Loganville down to the Seattle 14 at 11 completion. To a running play, guess right on the white side. Dennis also called. No gain. Loganville's got one timeout left. They can run hurry up here or call the last timeout. You probably want to go hurry up at 2nd and 10, get it down to 15 seconds. He spikes the ball. 3rd and 10. That's a bad play. And there's only one chance of the first down here, which is leading to a touchdown. 14, 3rd and 10, Loganville. 22 seconds before the half. Nickel 3-5. Everyone left Jamal Charles. That's not going to do the job usually. Gain, so it's 4th and 3. I don't know why he spiked the ball there. I don't like that call at all. Denies himself a down in the red zone and has to kick a field goal. Hurry up was the way to go in my view. Cracked at it then. Instead, he kicks the field goal, which is good, and goes for the squib kickoff, which is returned 18 yards up to the 34. Dennis has got one tick to try something, leading 17-10 before the second. I wonder if Nathan is in the playoffs. Is it Nathan and Joe Golden in the other semifinal? Question mark. Nathan can tell me. He's listening. 1st and 10. Vaughn come back one halfback. If Ellington has a dot, you might see a run. If he has a long gain or a plus 66 or better. Somewhere on the card, you could see looking past to Brandon Cooks. Throw to Ellington left, and he falls just short of the end zone. 64 more to go. And we move to the half. Obligatory good half from Jason. Good half as well. 17-10. We got a ball game. Do you need a break? Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. This halftime show is brought to you by nobody. Loganville kick was 9 yards deep in the end zone. Here, Jason. How about downing it? There you go. Learned his lesson, but it cost him 6 yards of field position in the first half. Friday night at 8:30. Won't pass Eric Decker. Defense up to me elsewhere. Must run on Russell the Muscle. Gets 9 yards. And it would kill Dennis to lose a playoff game to Russell Wilson. Hey, what can you do? It's Russell Wilson. You can't stop him. Dennis is just always brimming with optimism. And, I don't try to be negative. It just comes naturally. I'm actually pretty optimistic. I'm just a little more and assessing some things. Dennis more successful. Maybe I should be more optimistic or just trade for Russell Wilson. 2nd and 1 for Loganville at their own 29. Russell Wilson doesn't that much. Off tackle left, Jamal Charles gets wrong. That's a 9-yard gain. Charles 42.3, but you'll recover about half of those. Full scary, particularly gets right. He gets 7 carries for 54 yards, and you got Spencer Ware to come in as well. Flat pass right, Jamal Charles gets right is a 6-yard gain. This has the feel of another good Loganville drive. They had a slow first quarter. They've been doing better since. And the short yardage, he goes to Spencer Ware, more likely to be called right. Does he have a better guess right card? Possibly. Looking to Gronk, defense calls run. Defender +1, +3. It's +3 as Jaleel Adai not having a great game. Gronk had 5 catches for 79 yards and a touchdown. Adai could not make that play. 3rd and 1 Loganville, their own 47. If he doesn't get it, I want to see him go for it. You got this offensive line. You got those backs here. Well, maybe DuPont did it. Short pass route, Gronk. Defense gets his run before him in there. Incomplete, 4th and 1. Now, Jason, I was going to say, I think normally the type to punt it here, but he's going to go, and he goes full house again. The full house hurt him there. That's why there were 4 men in zone. I think 11 is a receiver, or, yes, with 3 men. So the formation hurt him there. But he wants to have Charles and Ware in the same time. Short pass, Rob Gronkowski. Defense calls the blitz. Must run for Russell Wilson. Gets 8 yards and a first down. I don't know if Dennis blitzes. I know he called blitz. I'm going to tell you, if a good must run card goes a long way. Receiver gets wrong. 6-yard pickup to Eric Decker. I like the running quarterbacks. Some guys say they don't like them. Get more consistent yardage. You can throw bombs more often. They got to be able to pass, too, though. Guess wrong and flat pass. 2nd and 4 for Loganville. Off tackle right, Spencer Ware. Guess wrong, a 9-yard gain in this bountiful off tackle column. The first time I think I've used that word in relation to Stratomatic, and I like it. First and 10 for Loganville at the Seattle 30. 10:30 to go. Linebacker to Chandrick West. I'm going to bring this guy in because I hope you'll call pass. I need to save some attempts with my other guys. And he got 3 yards. West doesn't have a terrible call, not too bad. Particularly on run, he's a little dangerous. 2nd and 7, Loganville. Flat pass left, Brandon Marshall. Defense blitzing, receiver. 6-yard gain. I think we had a full house blitz there. On the safety blitz, he had a 1-31 sack on the flat. 3rd-and-1 Red Devils. Linebacker Spencer Ware gets right. Look at this card with the positive yardage. 3-yard gain. First down, Loganville. It's the Seattle 18. 8:42 to go. Dennis says, "What's going on out there?" Looking past Jamal Charles, a linebacker there. Again, a possible sack. They do not play the white die 6 rule. That was a white die 6. So again, a defensive rule set, the old 80s style rule set. Flat pass to Jamal Charles. We liked it 30 years ago. They brought it back. You have to try to improve the game. We don't want improvements. We want old-fashioned in 2015. I a bit of a pet peeve. Short pass, Rob Gronkowski, defense blitzing. Defender X, a short gain. Short gain, touchdown. Jaleel Adai, he was just being torched by Gronk. Jason settles for the conventional point after. We have a tie game, 17-17. I think those corner sixes are looking at the Seattle defensive coordinator saying, hey, good at Decker and Marshall, but, Shamil's trying, but how about giving him a hand? As the kick goes 8 yards deep in the end zone, I think we're going to see another touchback here. As suddenly the game bogs down into Dennis going to league manager to probably click on the opponent KR. There's the 2 touchdown and the 12-long gain, and the 7 and 8 helped you out as well, and it got a 33 yards, so picked up 5 yards of field position going for the big play, which is a fine thing to do. It's nothing wrong with that. You're going to end up in your own 14 possibly. Dennis wants to mix up the juju, the mojo, whatever. Off tackle right was a 1-yard loss for David Johnson. He's behind the 8 ball already. Johnson, 8 carries for 13 yards. Hello, Nagata believe made the tackle. Second 11, Emerald left for Alex Smith. Gets wrong. There's a linebacker there. Linebacker -3 +2. And Nate Orchard, 4. Made the play, 4 and 4. It would have only been 2 yards anyway, but 3rd and 9, better than 3rd and 14. There's no dump off, and no white die 6. So what are you going to do? Maybe line up with David Johnson. Long passes the play. You got to go for the bomb. Picked it off 2 to 5, 11 and 12. Picked it off, gets right with a man there by Loganville at their own 47, and they're running it back about 10 yards, 15 yards by Corey Graham. Raven and former Bill, I believe, or I might have that back with Lopez and Gronk being double teamed, 10 incomplete. Play calling may have telegraphed his intention there. 2nd and 10 at the Seattle 38. Defense 4-3 blitz. Spencer Ware in the backfield. M. Williams. It's Max Williams. Short pass to Gronk. Defense bringing everybody. Down goes Wilson. Aaron Donald. 2 on a 15. Thank you, sir. 1-58 sack. Higher than that, but that's all because of the free safety blitz, bringing that number down. 3rd and 15. Loganville, the Seattle 43. They've kind of squandered this scoring opportunity with too much aggressiveness down the field. A pass to Eric Decker, intercepted 2 to 7 until Dennis called run on 3rd and 15. Did have 4 men there. He's good anyway, so it would have been incomplete anyway. Coffin corner punt. So Dennis weathering the storm after the turnover with some fine defensive play calling. Don't like what Loganville did there, but he's in the semifinals of Battle Royale. I didn't play this year. So a fine job. 1st and 10, Seattle their own 4. 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tie game. Off tackle, Chris Johnson. Defense run king. Don't know how you do that. Run keys, but somehow has 0 linebackers and off tackle and gives up a 23-yard gain. Pretty bad defense. 23, just give him a field position. You run key the guy. Put 1 linebacker off tackle. Jeez. He was expecting a pitch out. Flat pass left to Tyler Croft. Defense run killing Andre Ellington. It's 11-yard gain. We're seeing a spate of run key calls from Loganville. It says, you just keep run keying. I'll see you at midfield. A 1st and 10 at his own 38. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Alex Smith, 10 of 19, 114. Off tackle left to Ellington, deep discussing pass. Offensive outside guard, 5-0. 5-yard gain behind Jack Mewhort. Dennis has got 55 on the left, 44 on the right, and a 4 at center. He can. Craig Robertson is an inside linebacker, 50. So he's a 0 against the run, which helps the cause. 2nd and 5, short pass, Tyler Eifert. 4 men there, incomplete in that 4-man column. Jason only average against the pass, but with 4 men, that short pass column is still strong. You get good defenders at corners at 5s, but a 0 covering Eifert at 4s at the outside linebacker positions. Dennis tried some bombs early in the game. He likes the bomb here sometimes. 3rd and 5. Let's see. 2:06 to go, especially with a running quarterback. Off tackle left to Ellington. Defense gets the pass, has a man there. Only 1-yard gain. I think Dennis, both in forward his own 44. The way this game is unfolding, Sam Martin's punter. It's a 48-yard kick. That's down to about the 10. Jarvis Landry has some good returns of his own card. Dennis has solid OPR. And it's a 4-yard gain on the 8, 7, 8, 12, plus 1, plus 4, plus 5. 1st and 10 for Loganville at their own 12. 1:12 to go. Dennis showing blitz, who likes to bring it. Loganville has hurt him down the field a couple times. 5 passes to Marshall. Nobody there. Long gain on the defense. Snake Eyes, 30-yard pickup. X on the white, X on the black die. No possible pass rush. It was only a flat pass anyway, so only the 2 or 3, otherwise known as the D, would do it. Flat pass right to Decker, 6 yards. 2nd half, Jason's had some success. Flat pass to his wideouts, even though they're covered by 6s. 2nd and 4 as we start the 4th quarter. He's at his own 48. Linebacker Spencer Ware, right guard 6 or 1. John Greco-Roman Wrestling makes the block. He's a 4-on-4. 1st and 10. Spencer for hire, 6 carries, 46 yards. We're at the Seattle 46. Logan will looking for the upset. Tackle left to Spencer Ware. Defensive tackle +1 at +15. Michael Brockers a 5 could not make the play. 15-yard gain. Dennis is getting burned with 6s against 5s and 5s against 4s. And 4s making blocks. Loganville at the Seattle 31. Don't be too aggressive here. Don't get sacked and out of field position. 5 pass left to Brandon Marshall. Incomplete, no gain. Now, I have drafted and played with James before. Sometimes his kicker can be shaky. Let's see if he neglected it. Short pass to Grompy and double team. There's another sack. Look, folks, he's been down here in the 2nd half twice in that territory and got himself sacked being too aggressive. Cost himself field goal chances in a rule set that's defensive. Now you got 30-19 at the 40. Going to try some long 2-6 field goal. Give Dennis the ball at the 45. 2-37. Only 2-11-12. A little closer. Graham Gano is kind of Gano good. Aaron Wright, Jamal Charles. Offensive on to that 8-3. It's a fumble by Charles. Loganville gets it. They're going to try to advance it. They lose 2 yards. Kronk was Johnny on the spot, picking it up. 4th and 13 to Seattle 34. Stop throwing the ball. A 2nd and 10 at the 36. 2nd half of a tie game in this rule set. Not that down the field anyway. You're getting sacked. Dennis is coming after you. And we get a field goal try. It's no good. Dennis is the ball at the 41. Could not have gone better for Dennis, except for maybe recovering the fumble. But barring a turnover, he goes from, oh my God, I'm reeling, to, oh, look. Fine. But 2-8-11. 13-22, I think he's no good. Why did he synced on that? We missed the play. 2nd and 4 from 6 yard gain. Loganville plays a 3-4. They go 4-0-5 against the run. Free nose tackle. They got a defensive line. And we're totally out of sync here. As Dennis just picked up a huge gain. On the Loganville 38, and then a double team to Tyler Eifert on the receiver double team. Now we're back in sync, it looks like. 1st and 10 for Seattle at the Loganville 24. We're still out of sync. Looking past to David Johnson. Receiver gets right, 10 yards. Look at that yardage. 1-4-9. He's got 13 units of 1 yards or more. Something. 1st and 10. Seattle, Loganville 14, 9:54 to go. Dennis looking for the big touchdown to make Loganville have to match. Linebacker David Johnson run keyed. Offensive center +2 +0. That's no gain. During the broadcast, I'll try and unshare and share again. And run right to Alex Smith. Defense against his run. Defensive end 5 or 18. That was a 4. 4 made the play. I'll try and get your picture back momentarily, folks. As we're resynced. 8:42 to go in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 5, Dennis. At Jason's 9-yard line. Huge play in the game here. Does he have to settle for the field goal? Can he punch it in? Dennis likes to throw it here, I think, on a 3rd and 5. He'll do anything at any time. It's a great offensive. Short pass. Andre Ellington correctly double-teamed. Receiver incomplete. Excellent call by Jason on 3rd and 5. Would have been incomplete anyway, but you applaud the call. And 4th and 5 field goal is good. Dennis is up 20-17. Fingernail biting time. 8:06 to go. Kicks it down to the 1. A 30-yard return by Loganville. To have one of those 2 field goals now, when he was, in my view, too aggressive in the second half in no man's land on 2nd down and long. Loganville. And it's a long gain to Rob Gronkowski. He goes all the way, gets wrong. 69-yard touchdown. Russell Wilson to Rob Gronkowski. 3 long gains card. 11 plus 71. Dennis says, you got to be freaking kidding me. Only he didn't. And Loganville. 24 against the Shuriken on the big play. What was I saying? He was going downfield too much? Maybe not. Well, that was in that particular spot in the field goal territory, the no man's land. And run by Chris Johnson. Shuriken gets wrong 11 yards. Up to Dennis now to mount a drive. He needs a touchdown, folks. Now, if he gets to 3 minutes left, it's 4th and 10. He can try the field goal, but 6:36 to go. He's down by 4. In the game again, he's got some big runs on the outside, and he got some pretty solid yardage, 5s and 6s in a short gain. Off tackle to CJ2K. Gets 3 yards on his own card. He probably has plenty of carries, because why would you run him too much when you got other people? 8 carries, 64 yards so far. 2nd down 7. Ellington checks in. He might be due for a fumble. I think he has a high fumble number. And right, Alex Smith even gets his pass. Short game plus 17. Dennis loves using that end run. Quarterback does it better than anyone in my view. 5 carries, 59 yards for Alex. Jay calling run on 3rd and long in the playoffs. So if that goal to Chris Johnson on the left side, Jay, one of the best coaches out there with multiple championship, reigning champion, SSFA back-to-back, and Mifa, regular season, one time. Not regular season. One time, a regular championship. No gain there on the block. Mewart was a 5. White Day 6 hurt Dennis. Defensive end 0 plus 6, but he gets it back as the 5 answer can't make the play. Up for David Johnson. 10 carries, 19 yards, struggling. Big 3rd and 4 for Seattle. Loganville 46. 4:12 to go. This is now 4 down territory. This is now I need a touchdown territory. Linebacker David Johnson. Defense goes short yardage. Try and protect that 4. Gets 1 yard. Johnson's 11 for 20. You can't have much confidence in him. It's 4th and 3 Seattle. At the Loganville 45, Johnson is the running back. I think Jason is going to call run. What do you do? Run off tackle or throw a flat pass? Maybe a flat pass to the outside. Short pass to Eifert. Defense gets his pass. Double team with David Johnson. That's what's a must run. Receiver gets right. Incomplete on the maxed out Eifert. And Loganville takes over. 3:18 to go. Dennis needs to get a stop or a turnover. Won't pass Gronk, being double teamed incomplete. Jason saying, I'm going to dance with who brung me. I've been hitting Gronk, 7 catches, 161 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I've been throwing deep. I'm going to do it again. Flat pass right, Eric Decker, defender X +1 or +3. That's Patrick Peterson. He makes every play. I makes the 3rd and 9. I will logo a runner to run the clock down to 2 minutes or make Dennis burn a timeout. Pass goes full house. Kind of a Kind of a ballsy formation. And you want full house with Jamal Charles and Spencer Ware. Some pretty good cards there. Off the right to Ware. Defense calls pass. Gets the short gain. That's the +4, rather, and not the short gain. And where Dennis lets it run down to 2 minutes. Doesn't call a timeout. So she probably should have. The punt goes 48 yards. Dennis will probably let it bounce around the 5, and it takes a Loganville bounce. I know what happened there. Looks like Dennis has the ball at the 2-yard line. All of a sudden, he's up at the 20s. I'm going to turn off my animation here. 1:52 to go. Off tackle left for Ellington. Offensive onside tackle 8 of 3. Anthony Costanza can't stand you. 6 against a 5. Doesn't make the block. 2nd down and 7. Seattle. Throwing 23. 90 seconds to go. Bounce. Offense goes 2 tight ends. Off tackle left to Ellington. Nobody there. 4 is an 8-yard gain. Dennis looking for a long gain, a short gain, a short gain. Maybe 8 plus 23. I'm going to see a draw there. Don't think that we're going to see too many run calls here from Loganville, but you never know. Dennis needs a touchdown. Dennis calls his first time out. 1st and 10 at his zone 31, 1:22 to go. Defense in the nickel, 3-5-5. Nose tackle, 0 plus whatever would be nice. Off tackle to Andre Ellington left. 9 1 yard. Dennis cannot afford a bad result, a bad roll like that. 2nd and 9. $1:15 to go. He's at his own 32. Needs 68 yards. Off tackle draw to Ellington. Nobody there. Again rolls the 9 in his card. 5-7-9. The stuff he cannot afford to get as he calls his last time out. 3rd and 8 at his own 33. You still can see an Alex Smith run. I don't think you'll see it here. Although we got a 0 in for the defense at left end. The 44 behind. Smith has 1 run eligible. But clock not a friend. You want to get stopped into a 4th and short. Next thing you know, you get 30 seconds left, no timeouts. 1st down, 42. Long pass, Brandon Coleman. Defense gets his pass. 2 men incomplete. And this is it, folks. Dennis is 4th and 8. At his own 33, 1 minute to go. At 4. Needs a touchdown to win. Needs a 1st down here to stay alive. Short pass, Tyler Eifert. Defense is 4 men his own. Can Alex fit through it? Picked off, 2 to 6 and 12. It'll be picked off or deflected. A drop by the defense. Jason Owen looking at his options. Taking his sweet time. And it is intercepted by Bakari Brambo. Russell the Muscle Tool should take a couple of knees. Wilson goes 20 of 32, 252, 3 touchdowns. Got to kill Dennis to lose to Russell in the Battle Royale semifinals. Jason Owens, 9 and 7, beats Rick Byron to win the championship in one of these 2 recent seasons. 4. Logan will pour against the run. And Dennis Crowley, 8 and 5 with championships galore. Always magnanimous in defeat. Almost always. Says, nice job, Jason. Exclamation mark. Fantastic game plan. Excellent. See, Dennis is excited even for the other guy when he wins. I would not be excited for the other guy. I would tip my hat and I would kick the dirt slowly as I walked away. Despondent. Jason apparently wasn't aware of the stakes. I mean, the Super Bowl, yes, that's correct. Holy crap. Well, I guess that's one way to take it one game at a time, is to not realize we're in the semifinal. Oh. But he is. Told you no time for a post-game, Dennis. So there goes the game. Great job, 24-20. I need to run. For reasons. I didn't have much time tonight. These guys comply, but I still need to run. Congratulations, Jason. He's up, wins the game 24-20. aggressive play calling down the field. The offense was doing well, got some good breaks as well. To Gronk broke Dennis's back. Dennis's offense was executing in the first half. On the second half, had trouble slowing down Loganville, who came back from 11-0. And that's that. All right, guys. Maybe I'll be back for some other games. Maybe the semifinal against Nathan and Joe. Maybe the Super Bowl, can't promise. I'm not in this league right now and I have some other stuff going on. Trent. Adios, guys. Bye-bye.